SWAC Smoke on the mic, yeah, we bring the flame. Thursday nights, it's a vibe, y'all gon' know the name. C. Wells, Jamie G. Jerome, DJ2. Facts and flavor mix, that's how the crew do. Catch us live, hit that like, don't be shy. Talking SWAC, y'all, with the jokes that fly. We ain't ducking no smoke, see us holding rank. Discussion, sharp enough to make a ship sink. We got stats, we got smack all rolled in one. SWAC talk like the smoke from a loaded gun. Y'all tune in every week, it's a new vibe. Opinions clash like titans, watch the sparks collide. Here for the teams, for the sports, for the jokes you need. Cut through the noise, watch SWAC Smoke's gonna lead. No fakes, no chill, bring the truth you seek. Every Thursday night, yeah, we running the streak. Catch us live, hit that like, don't be shy. Talking SWAC, y'all, with the jokes that fly. We ain't ducking no smoke, see us holding rank. Discussion, sharp enough to make a ship sink. From the court to the field, we dissect the play. Breaking down the wins and losses of the day. A different crew, but the unity's tight. Facts mixed with the laughs, got you feeling alright.
All right, everybody, what is going on? Oh my God, y'all gotta bear with me, man. I'm having all kind of technical issues today. Where is it? You would have swear I never did this before. What's going on, man? How y'all doing? I'm trying to work through some technical things, but we here and it's going down. And this is basically the end of the doldrums. From this point on, we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about. And we decided to look back, with Media Day coming up. We decided to look back at last season Media Day. And we're going to just talk about, we're going to take a look at some clips from some of the coaches from last season. And we're going to see if people knew how their season was going to go before they got into the season. So you're going to see a couple clips in here of coaches who probably knew they wasn't going to be where they thought they was. And we're gonna chop it up like that. So this is like a Media Day rewind. We're gonna kind of look back at what happened last season, and hopefully we have some good things going this season. And hopefully we have a good Media Day. I don't know how great the personality is gonna be, but I think it's gonna be a good show. So what's going on, Jerome, man? How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Happy to be back. I'm glad that this is the final show of the doldrums, and from coming on into the future, we'll have some content to work off of. But I think this is going to be interesting to kind of look back at what was said and then kind of look at what actually happened from last year Media Day. And it's going to help us look at this year Media Day, I think, a little bit different by the way we look at some of these coaches' body language and things like that.
So yeah, I guess we can, go ahead and kind of get this thing started, huh?
Yeah, run the first coach.
All right, so we got one pulled up now, and this we'll play it, and we'll go from there. So here we go.
The game, you talk about the defense, though. It's some really good players coming back on that side of the football. Jeremiah Williams, Sayus Guthrie, who's here with me today. You talk about leaders, those.
All right, so he the first name that he named was a guy that a lot of people felt like didn't get the recognition that he deserved. And last season, and last show, we talked about Jeremiah Williams, and TC named him first and foremost. So I really think at that point he knew maybe he knew what he had, maybe not to the level that they had, but he definitely knew what they had. Um, and I really think that he did a good thing.
Yeah, he he knew
Oh,
he was stacked on defense. He was trying to hold it down and keep it on not say too much about it, but you could see the look on his face, and he knew that defense was going to lead and carry the team, and that's pretty much what they did. They held things in check, even when the offense wasn't producing. They never let nobody really get out and get in front of them and get too far away from them. To even in that who they play, you Ole Miss or somebody
ULM.
ULM, yeah. Even in that game, that they kept that within reach. So, but you could kind of see he was sitting there. He knew he had what he needed to win the SWAC. So I'm gonna have to keep my eye on him for show this year to see what he's
Yeah,
talking about.
I want to see what his energy come like this media day. You know what I'm saying? Because this year he coming in as as the champ, defending champ. He coming in as as the guy that everybody looking up to, and I want to see how he carries himself. If he's gonna have that little extra swagger, because TC kind of got a little smoothness to him, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna see. I want to see where he go from there. Um, I got one that I really like, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for a little bit into the show, because it spoke so much. But I'm gonna go with this one next, and we'll roll.
People on the offense from Prairie View on
Yeah,
that.
oh, zero, man.
Zero. So you saw that too.
Yeah.
You saw that too. So is that did they get it right? Is the offense where you need to have the biggest room for improvement, or is it because you guys got some players that they don't even know about?
I think probably a little bit of both. We definitely need improvement. And you can always use improvement. But again, yeah, we got some guys that coming in that they don't know about. We got some guys that's going to be getting a lot of playing time that didn't got some playing time last year that I think have been doing really, really well this off season. And as I've been saying throughout the whole media thing, anytime you got kids coming in on their own and doing what they need to do to get to know one another, that's a good thing.
So what you think about that one?
I
What?
think Coach he knew that they didn't have a whole lot at quarterback. I think that's what he knew when he was sitting there, and he just didn't feel real confident about his team from what I was looking and seeing, and the way he commented about the team. Now he tried to clean it up by saying that they were being self-led and things like that, but he never really did point out. Like TC immediately pointed out who was going to lead the team. You automatically knew it was going to be the defense. And he never really did say that. But he was kind of, in that clip, he was just responding to the question about not having any preseason SWAC players on the preseason SWAC, all SWAC team. But, I think he kind of knew that's what he had. And it panned out to be like that, even though they did clip FAMU. But, other than that, they had a tough season. You see what it got him.
Yeah, I didn't really feel any energy coming off of him. You know what I'm saying? It almost felt like an interview later in the season, when you already know your season not gonna be where you thought it was, and you kind of just going through the motions. Oh, these guys doing this, and we got this. Yeah, I ain't seen this, but he didn't have a lot behind him. Like
Right.
to really build it up. Um, so I think I think he kind of like you said. I think he had a lot of questions coming in, especially on the offensive side of the ball, and he didn't really know what to say with it. Because you don't want to say we're gonna, you don't want to come out there and be like, oh, we're gonna
Light him
throw that
up.
ball down. Yeah, we're gonna throw that ball 50 times, man. We're gonna light up score boys, and we're gonna do this and do that, and then you average you know, 12 points a game or something like that. So you
Exactly.
gotta be conservative, and Bubbles a defensive guy, so he's not really gonna be all that outspoken on his offense. But yeah, I could kind of feel that energy there.
Well, that's why I thought he would kind of lean into the defensive side, if anything, knowing that he a defensive coach. You would think that he would have kind of leaned into that side and said that was going to carry the team. But by him not even really doing that, that kind of lets you know that you know it wasn't going to be all there.
Yeah, it was kind of like, let me go ahead and do this. It was that Marshawn Lynch, man. I gotta be here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get fined. So let
Right.
me go ahead and get his little interview, answer
Well,
the little question, man, so I can step off the stage.
I guarantee you that PV coach won't be like that this year. I
Oh yeah,
guarantee you.
I
You got
I can
the
I, I
complete
can put money.
polar opposite.
I can put money on that. That will. What he said before. You can clip this. It's gonna be clipped like crazy. I can guarantee you, people who
Yeah,
don't even cover the SWAC gonna be clipping clipping what he
yeah,
say. So yeah,
yeah,
that's gonna be a whole polar opposite. All right,
yeah.
let's see who
All
we.
the mics will be at his conference. All the mics.
Uh, all right, here's our next one.
Like I keep saying, we have to win together. It's no I in team. It's all about we. We feel like as a staff, we brought in, really good football players that love the game. You got to love the game. You got to be gritty. You got to be selfless. And we feel like we're at that point now where everybody's coming together, and that's going to equal us to get back on the winning edge.
What's the
kind, kind of reserved, and that's his answer. Kind of was like TSU season last year, So it's like nobody knew where these guys were gonna go. Nobody knew what these guys were gonna do, and then they turned up with a pretty solid season. Finished third place. Nothing flashy at all. Defensively they played solid. Offensively they didn't really throw the ball much. They ran it okay. Had injuries, but I think they. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't. It wasn't excitement. If that's what you're looking for, it wasn't excitement. But I think all in all, it was solid. But yeah, I mean, it
Coach,
wasn't.
coach was looking like he was. He was up there talking like he really didn't know exactly what it was going on. You know how the squirrel get in the middle of the street and be running back and forth, don't know which
I
side
don't
he's
know
going
where to go.
on. That's what coach was doing just then. Like, well, we once we get them all playing together on the same page and so on and so forth. And it kind of panned out for Bethune like that last year.
That's Coach
So
Dishman.
no,
That's,
that ain't Dishman.
that is
That's the
Dishman. No,
no,
was it?
no, that ain't
I could have
Dishman.
sworn that was Coach Woody. I
Yeah,
gotta look at it again.
that
I
is
gotta look at
Coach.
it again.
That, come on now.
And I got glasses on. That's a shame.
I know you can't see, but and darkness is darkness. But
But then I need to revert all my answers, because if that was then it was I thought I clicked on Coach Dishman. Oh well. I need to go back and change my whole answer then. It's my
Edwin said,
answer.
Edwin said he was dressed like he was going to a funeral.
My my answer was indicative. Was just like his season. It was bad.
He knew it too. Coach was like he done got caught in the middle of the street. Coach like, hey, we gonna as long as we can
we
all get him.
Hey, we gonna put 11 men on the field. We gonna go from now.
Same thing now.
Oh,
I'm interested.
whew.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I'm just curious to see what he gonna do this year. What kind of energy he gonna have this coming into this season. They've been bringing in players. They got a lot. It's been quiet down there,
I
but
think it's make or break. Honestly, since I know who
you
this
think?
was now, I think it's make or break because this is the third year he's been there, and
Right,
both seasons they've been heavy in the portal, heavy,
right.
and they lost a lot of dudes from last season, which I'm still we talk about all the time, man. But losing a kid like Dennis Palmer, who I would have probably had as a first team All SWAC dude this season, losing that and losing, them they threw the hell out of the ball to tight ends on screens and stuff. And you lost both of them, and you lost, Darnell Dees, who was like kick return
Electric,
extraordinaire,
electric.
and your defense wasn't good to begin with, so you lost dudes off of that. It's honestly, it's put up or shut up, and I don't know how much putting up you can do when you won 5 games in 2 years. But I'm interested to see what he gonna say this year. If
Yeah,
he gonna have any?
they're in a tough spot in the East. It's tough over there, man.
Oh yeah,
It's tough.
it's
It's tough
tough.
over there.
One thing I will say about his team, though, no matter what, they do play hard.
They
They do
gritty.
play hard, and they don't get blowed out a lot. They get beat, but they don't get blowed out a lot.
You
So
gotta
I
you
don't
gotta
know.
beat them.
Yeah, you gotta beat them now. They're gonna put up a fight, and they probably not gonna they're not gonna outscore you, out electrify you down the field, but they're gonna be in the game at the end, and I will give them that. Um, okay, I got it this time, man. I know who this guy is right here. So let's go.
All
Mr.
right.
J, all due respect, I can't talk about what the past.
That's fair.
Only thing I can talk about the present and the future. And I know me and my staff, we can get players in there. We have players. We had a heck of a recruiting class. We had a heck of a time in the portal of getting guys that can plug in so we can win now. I don't want to say who it is, who what not is. I just have to wait and see. The most
Hey,
All right, that's Coach Dishman.
yeah, that's it. You see his energy. You see his energy. He he knew he had something. He knew he had something. We ain't know. And that
Hey,
first game, they came out and they showed that they had something. He knew he
now,
had something to work with.
yes, and if you go back about 5 minutes, that was my answer. He knew they had something. They were holding the cards, man, trying to act like they ain't had nothing.
Yeah.
He didn't have like the greatest poker face because he was like, I wanna say something, but I don't want to say too much. But he kept it close enough to the vest to where nobody could be like,
Yeah.
watch them. So
He
I
he
give him credit for that.
he said last year he was like, we know we can recruit guys, we know we can get guys, and later on in that he was talking about locking down Houston, getting his players out of Houston. So that Houston player thing is gonna be tough. This this
Oh
this
yeah,
tough this offseason, boy, because
it,
both of them
it's
coaches
gonna
right
be.
there. Dishman not as boisterous as Coach Jackson, but he just as damn intense, I think. So that's gonna be
Now
interesting.
I want to answer my boy Emo real quick. I don't know, man. I don't know if he related to us, if he got any New Orleans blood in him, but because he was a great player, he my cousin. So I definitely claim that. If your last name Wells or you got a last name in my family, I'm gonna claim you if you could play. Now, if you if you can't play, I don't wanna. We could just be tangentially related. But if you're a baller, hey, we kinfolk. We go way back. But yeah, his energy is not. He's not Coach Dishman, not the most, like you say, the most boisterous guy, but he had an energy about him after their spring game, man. I'm gonna tell you, he must have knew or felt like something was good for him. So we're
Yeah,
gonna see. We're gonna see. I like the energy, and like I said, it was a whole different. It was a whole different energy from the previous guy, who I
right.
kind of feel like was kind of like doing an interview, like you about to be fired. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Coach Woody. Yeah.
And I should never not know who Coach Woody is because hey, I followed the man since he was falling behind Willie Taggart. But anyway, well, what's up, Big Soldier? What's going on, man? See, you got the new logo up there. What's popping, man?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
What's
What's
going on
up?
with you?
You going in and out?
What's good, everybody? Man,
I say you
hold
going in and out.
on.
You kind of breaking up. All right. Let's get to our next coach. This is a guy I kind of had high hopes for. Not really high, but I had high hopes for him to a degree.
Who this?
So let's see.
Let me see.
It's funny you use the word hope. Last year we had a lot of hope. This year we have a lot of belief. So we've been through this thing for a full year. So having the experience, going through the SWAC. So there's a great amount of belief. Last year we hoped to win. This year we believe we can go out there and be successful.
Man, you know, with this guy right here, I'm kind of sad that he didn't get a chance to run it back. You know, because it seemed like he had something. He might have been able to keep some of them players around. Seemed like he was building. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
agree. I
I would have liked
I
to see him run it back.
I really want somebody that's from Valley or somebody that's connected. Let me know, man, because I feel like he did something and they swept it under the rug. Because I don't see why you fire a coach at Valley just because he won a couple games. Everybody at Valley won a couple games. It made me feel like,
Actually,
oh, go ahead.
man, I don't know. I mean, go ahead, finish what you was about to say.
No, no,
My
no.
bad.
If you got some light to shine, go ahead and shine it, man.
Oh, no, no, I ain't got no light to shine on. Only thing I was gonna say, I think hey, probably more money up there in Memphis. I mean, to be a wide receiver coach, the University of Memphis versus that Valley salary. Heck, I imagine why he left.
Oh yeah, I mean when you put it that way, I mean, you be an assistant wide receiver coach and you probably making more money. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that
make
that
way more money.
that
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just that's not a diss. That's just that's just the truth.
Yeah,
But
hey,
yeah,
yeah, that's
I'm gonna give him some kudos though, man. He was relaxed on that stage now. You know what I'm saying? He
yeah,
mm-hmm.
back leg cross. He was.
yeah.
Hey, y'all remember Video Soul back in the day?
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
was
on
sitting
on
Donnie
there like he
Simpson.
was
On Donnie Simpson.
like he was talking to Donnie Simpson. Talking about
Donnie
his new
He,
album
Simpson.
coming out.
he's sitting like Martin when Martin was at the Players Ball.
Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, I lost my headphones. Matter of fact, he like Martin on Word on the Street.
Yeah,
Like,
cat legs was crossed at the hip.
yes, he was.
Man, sometimes I didn't
Oh
think Coach Wade was just getting that support like he needed at Valley, man. I think
no,
he
he
was
wasn't,
getting
man.
he had some displeasures with the program, and you even seen it in certain interviews and stuff. You could tell something wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Then I think they was in the one day in the transition athletic directors too.
Yeah, they was going through a
Yeah,
lot of changes, and he
Mhm.
had to for whatever reason he got rid of a couple coaches in the season, so he really was battling a fight that is tough.
Right.
And they was grinding though, man. Like I said, one thing I liked about Coach Wade when he was there was they had an energy about that program, man. Like the assistant coaches, they got out and they got out and worked and they reached, they talked to you, man. Um, Shout out to Coach Anderson out there, man. He used to always reach out to me when he was in BR recruiting. But it's like it don't really feel like there's much energy around that right now. So I'm hoping that they can kind of get some things going. But yeah, I mean, I don't knock
Well,
nobody for getting a better paying job, man. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
hey,
Buckley though. That's Buckley. See well.
I know, and that's why I'm like, man, come on, man. I'm trying to, I wanna, you know what I'm saying, be on the train.
Well, they got
But
didn't they bring in a big time offensive coordinator or whatever? He the
Man, that
coach that.
dude was a that coach. That coach right there was just an offensive assistant. He
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
calling the plays. It was another dude that was calling the plays. So
Oh,
Valley
that's
got him
I don't
probably on clearance.
know.
You know, that just being real. You know what I'm saying?
they got
But
they
I
got a
mean,
right.
clearance court.
I ain't gonna knock him. He probably now I can't say he can't call it, but I think they got a discount by getting him. You know what I'm saying? Because it was another guy that was actually calling the plays, and I think he was like a co-offensive coordinator.
Right. Well,
So I mean, maybe this is breakout, but
that's like I said in the last show. Buckley is the coach I want to see at media day. See how he handle it. He should be used to the media. He should bring a little energy. He got he and the Dion swag at Florida State. He kind of followed. He the next best thing to Prime coming out of Florida State as
it's
far
going.
as that goes.
I want to see. I guess I want to see what he brings. Plus, I want to hear what the hell going on up there. So if I can get any kind of insight, it's all good. Um,
Mhm.
this coach here, man, is everybody's favorite coach at some degree. Season didn't go necessarily the way it wanted to, but let's see what he had to say.
Go by what you did a year before. And so I expected that. And I told our players that. But it's a prediction. You still got to go out and play. Just because you predicted number one don't mean you're going to be number one. What I tell my players is you can prove somebody wrong or you can prove them right. So we can prove people right that they voted us number four, or we can prove them wrong and show them and be number one. So it's a challenge. It's that time of the season. Of course, everybody loves their team right now. Every coach loves their team. If they didn't, they wouldn't have those players on the team. So
He just lying all the whole that dang time too.
He doing that three card Monty. He's switching that thing over
Yeah,
there. He putting
he
it over
is.
there.
He
Which
knew he
ball? Where
was.
the ball at?
He had 3 4 quarterbacks. He know he ain't had no team. He
He's
know it
switching.
was over with him.
You don't know which way to. He gonna give you plenty of stuff to talk about. Plenty of things to think about. You gonna.
Hey, if you throw it up at somebody, they never know what's going on. you keep them guessing. But before we go any further, man, shout out to my boy Los J, man. He doing big things with his trophy chasers.
I
Y'all
see.
check out his stuff, man. He got some nice TSU merch. Got some nice hats, man. I don't, I would wear one, but man, my head is only made for Southern University apparel. But I like to support my brother. So y'all make sure y'all check him out, man. Trophy Chasers. They got some legitimate good stuff, man. I got two Trophy Chasers shirts that I wear all the time. So but y'all make sure y'all check out my boy, man. But Coach
Hey, I hope
Maynard,
him my boy extend. And get that exclusive deal where he can do not just TSU but the whole SWAC. Because I wouldn't
oh
mind
yeah,
having
cause
a little
I
couple
I
of
de- I
JSU hats from him. That's
I
pretty
I definitely
clean.
take some blue and gold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
man.
definitely take some blue and gold. And shout out to Sid too, man. What's going on with you, man? Thank you for tuning in. And shout out to everybody tuning in, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button while y'all here. Um, and I didn't really say too much about Coach Maynard, but like you said, I think he had a lot of everything, and I don't think he knew exactly what he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like he had like four quarterbacks coming into the season, and coming from somebody whose team had like three, I think I'm qualified to talk about that. He really, like I say, I think he had two different types of teams, and he didn't have that. He didn't necessarily have that manner, arrogance like he has sometimes. He was a little bit more like we picked fourth, but I don't know about that, but.
That sound about right. He can't come out there and say that though.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We can say what they can't say because some coach, but I feel like if you, I'm gonna say this though. I feel like you've been somewhere 7 years. You can say whatever you want, man. What they gonna do, man? You know, like I'm I've been to media days for this is my seventh media day, man. I'm bored. I'm gonna I'm gonna say whatever I want to say because
Mm-hmm.
That jacket was velvet.
it was, man. That crushed velvet got probably
Yeah.
had, you know. I ain't see the
But It,
shoes. I'd have had some
it was
loafers on.
about
You know what
90
I'm saying?
that was in the summer, so it was about 90
Yeah.
degrees. So you know he cool.
I'm, and all the lights, you know, you sweating up there, man.
I know Jay Walker was sweating. I know, with that tight collar, I know he was sweating too.
All right, y'all. Here we go.
A chance to put our players through some workouts this summer. We got about another 50 guys we're going to add, and I tell everybody, like, this is year one for us.
Hey,
Obviously, when I
Sewell,
got the
can you
job
pause
in
the video
January,
for right
I only
now?
signed 7
All
high
right,
school
hold on.
players, and then
I took it. Go ahead. What's up?
You ain't got to play no more because you know he was damn lying too. You was capping too.
Come on.
I
You
gotta
know
let
Jay
him
Walker
finish
was
though.
just lying. You know he was just lying too.
Yeah. Hey, he
You ain't
already
got to
knew his
play no
time
more
was
because you know
gone,
what he
man.
was with.
Hey, he
He
already
was
knew. He
telling you
already.
already this is year one. He was letting you know this was year one right here. So don't
Yeah. Last year was
last
year
year
zero.
don't count. That's a mulligan. This is a do over. This is a do
I
over.
like that. I like that. That's called shutting down expectations right out the gate. Y'all don't look
Getting
for nothing
ahead,
from us.
jumping out ahead of getting ahead of the curve.
Yeah, we've been in 2 years, but you know, this is really our first year because we ain't had nothing when we got here, and this year gonna probably not be that good.
And
So
we
next
brought
year,
in 50 more new players this
yeah,
year because we lost 50. So it's kind of a do over for us.
and,
It's,
and, and and this year we lost all our talent, so we definitely starting over fresh. But I ain't
yeah.
really watched this clip, so I gotta hear the rest of it.
summer, I think I signed about another 12. But we've added about 50 new members of our football team, so I'm excited about it. And then I was able to get my offensive coordinator that I wanted the first year, Tony Hull, that came over from Grambling. We worked together at
Ain't
ULM,
hitting
so
on
I'm
nothing.
excited.
He's very excited.
He, he got the offensive coordinator he wanted, and
He was
hey,
excited about it.
He was just excited. Excited for a bunch of nothingness.
Coach set you up. He knew what he had to. He was
Mm-hmm.
excited about, getting it started and going into the season, but he knew he had a lot of work ahead of him. And
I, I'm a,
he set you
I,
up. He told you ahead of time.
I got 62 new dudes, man. we don't know, man. Y'all be easy. We
Yeah.
got 60. We got 62 new players, and we opening up with Arkansas. Man, I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
don't.
He was telling you ahead of time. I respect him for going ahead on and telling you right up ahead of time. Look, don't look for a whole lot because this
If
is really year one.
you looking for wins, man, this is not the year to look for 'em. Man,
Yeah.
I think we lost the big soldier, man. Hopefully he come. Hopefully he come back.
You
Man, if they
want to run
lose,
the
if
commercial?
yeah, we're going to run it. If they lose to Lincoln, man, he can walk off. He can walk off
They,
now.
they're not going to lose to Lincoln. They're not going to lose to Lincoln. They're not
If they
losing to
lose,
Lincoln.
if they lose to Lincoln, he need to be the first coach fired on the sideline. But we're gonna take a quick pause for the calls, man. Y'all check out our commercial courtesy of my main man over there, Mr. Jerome. So we're gonna go ahead and play this for y'all, and we're gonna slide for a second. we are back, man. Y'all, y'all make sure y'all follow the instructions on that video, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, um, and everybody tell somebody to tell somebody, man. We got some good things going on, and we about to really ramp it up since we out, like I said earlier, we out the doldrums. So y'all, y'all gonna get more of what we really do. So y'all keep it locked here. And again, man, salute to Jerome for putting these videos together, man. He all I do is put them on and hit play. So
Yep.
he repping it. But we're gonna continue our journey through these coaches from last season media day, and let's see where we're gonna go from here. All right, we'll go with this man right here.
Discipline is the key to everything. So first and foremost, we'll be disciplined, we'll be fast, we'll be fun, and we're going to be physical. So, that's what you'll see. We'll be exciting, and I think that people will enjoy watching the Jaguars play.
All
Hey,
right. I don't even know how to start this one because certain things he said I agree with. Certain things he said I went to enough games last season. Certain things I don't agree I don't agree with. Um, I just start from the top. Our team wasn't necessarily the most disciplined team in the world last season, especially on third downs. Man, I don't know. I think if you add up the number of offside penalties for every team in the conference besides Southern, it probably was less than what we did. Man, we jumped offside a lot on third down. But I I think he knew he had something going on. You saw that little look in his eye. He
hey,
had a little look like
I
But
saw
I'm
his
gonna
eye
tell you,
guy.
I got a lot of respect for him now, man. I mean, a lot of people didn't think he was gonna do much or nothing, but man, he went out there and won the West, man, and everybody calling him. He got all the old coaches on staff and everything, but them old coaches ran circles around the West. Sure did.
I know he knew they wasn't gonna be exciting. You see how his eyes got
that.
big.
Yeah,
His
that
eyes
that.
got wide when he
Well,
said it was gonna be exciting because he know that
that,
wasn't gonna be the truth.
it was exciting in a different way. It wasn't boring. I can
I
tell
guess
you.
if you like
I
overtime and all that kind of stuff, then you're
exactly.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. If you like, if you like a ton of downfield passing, a ton of, what I'm saying, points on the board, you wasn't necessarily gonna get that, but you were gonna get it in bursts. We were gonna hit one long pass, we were gonna have two or three long runs, we are gonna have some good defensive plays, kick 15, 16 field goals. And at the end of the game, it's gonna be a close game, and we might win. So I can honestly tell you, we had one, well, maybe two boring games all year. So I can say at least to some degree it was exciting, but it might not be the exciting that a lot of people wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey, I
I guess.
think he did just enough. I really do.
Well, the thing is now you got to do more because everybody
Mm-hmm.
you just stepped up once, and you got to keep on doing it. It's like I, I'm a dig in the crates on this one. Y'all got to bear with me. In 1992, I was a 16-year-old man, basketball hopeful. I was trying out for my local AAU team, man, and I was about 5'9", you know what I'm saying, about 100 and nothing. I was skinny as I don't know what, but I was a decent player, and I camped out in that corner. They whipped that ball around at me, man. Corner three, I drained it. Nothing but net, man, in my face, nothing but net. Coach jumped up off the bench in the middle of the practice and was like, "We got us a shooter, y'all." I went 0 for 12 for the rest of the night. So just because your expectation that first one, man, can set you up for a fall. You know what I'm saying? It can set you up for a fall. Now I played good defense the rest of the day, but that shot was gone.
SU had a good season last year. Coach did a good job. He held it together. and because it could have went sour. All
Oh yeah,
them close
it really
wins
could have.
that he had. Yeah,
It
so
really could have went really sideways, and I thought they really made some serious adjustments. Because when you look at
yeah,
the difference between the offensive line at the beginning of the season and by the end, and the running game and everything, I think they did. I think they
ju-
did a lot. And
juggling
so,
quarterbacks, the
yeah,
quarterback decisions.
nothing went according to plan, but sometimes that happens. So like you say, other than that exciting comment, he did have a kind of different look on that one. But I thought he carried himself well. Uh, let's see what let's see what this dude got to say right here.
Since it's a new year, we also understand that the expectations are still the same. But again, as I've mentioned today, it's an extreme honor to be the 19th head football coach at Florida A&M. But I also understand that brings great responsibility.
First year head coach.
He didn't lie.
He look a
Yeah,
little worried though. Look at this.
he yeah, he was like, I got a quarterback, I got some receivers, and I got a running back. I don't know if I got nobody to call the plays, and I don't know what kind of defense I got exactly. I brought in a bunch of new players, and I don't know. I gotta wait and see what I got on the defensive side of the ball. That's that's
he
that's the look he had on his face.
he kind of had like I'm just wait this one out and see what happens because I
Mm-hmm.
know it's a lot of pressure. I think I think he was feeling a little bit of pressure too. You know what I'm saying? So and I mean he was being interviewed by a rattler, so she probably put a little extra pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? So he probably
Yeah,
extra had to come with it. So he had a little concern in his face, but he I thought other it started off rocky. I thought it was turning the corner before the wheels came. Well, they didn't really come off, but y'all got a couple flats. Y'all got them fixed toward the end. But I thought they were turning the corner around mid season. Though honestly, I really that
coach did a
that
good
southern
job.
that
Coach did
southern
a
take
good
southern
job.
stretch. I thought they were turning it. I thought they were turning the tide right there. And then, like I said, you just it just went off the cliff. But I want to see. He another guy. I want to see. See what he do this year. How he come in and does he what his energy level gonna be like, and
I, he
what
gonna
his
have high
beliefs are.
energy. He'll have high energy. Coach Cozy will have high energy, and I think he's gonna be confident. I feel like even all the interviews that I've seen with him over the summer, he's he seems to be more confident in his coaching staff. He seems to be a little more settled in. And at least that's what he had been saying, that he got more guys more comfortable, and he not really trying to duplicate what Willie Simmons had done. Basically, what he was saying, he was trying to hold it together for one more go round, but this season is going to be more of him or more of his stamp going to be
So
on the team.
you
So
saying this is this? So you saying this year one?
I'm saying the seat hot. That's what I'm saying. I say the seat hot,
but,
but he
but
knew the seat was hot last year. He said that right off the rip. The standard is the
oh yeah,
standard. So
he
as soon as you
he
sit
know he.
down, it's warm.
As soon as they shake your hand and say this is coach number 19,
Yeah,
you already know
you
you on the block right now. I mean, trust
right.
me. I'm a Southern fan, man. I know coaches immediately on the hot seat. People was on Coach Graves before we played a game. Hey, don't think.
So
I live with one.
yeah,
She was hard on. I'm like, wait, man, I thought you wanted somebody else because of the guy that was in before. Like, I
yeah,
don't know about this one. He was on that staff. I'm like, okay, man,
yeah.
chill.
So,
But
but I expect good things from him. This year I expect it. It's gonna be a tough season. It's gonna be hard. They got a tough schedule. They got all the tougher teams coming to Tallahassee. But after losing the Valley at home, the mystique is gone. So they got to kind of reestablish that. So it's gonna be each game. They're gonna just have to take one at a time, and each one gonna be their individual classic. The way I see it, starting
All right,
with
before
week
we go,
one.
I'm sorry, Jerome. You go ahead.
No, no, I'm good.
All right, before we move on to the next clip, I wanna ask y'all, y'all gentlemen on the show, how many
Mm-hmm.
coaches y'all think are on the hot seat this season right now? I could say, I say, I know Jerome say Dale's on the hot seat, but I'm outside. I ain't gonna say that yet. But I for sure know two on the hot seat for real.
Tremaine Jackson, he
You,
on the hot
well, I mean,
seat.
I guess technically,
Yeah,
but
because he said he finna win the SWAC and the Celebration Bowl, so he definitely on the hot seat.
yeah, but you know that's them.
Well,
They ain't got the energy like everybody else do. So he said that at the right place. I'm gonna tell you, he said that at the right place. Cause
Mr. Electric down in Daytona.
Mr.
Oh yeah,
Energy.
old Bill been on the hot seat for a while. When soon as he took that job, he was on the hot seat.
So he probably got it, but
Mickey Joseph.
I
nah,
gotta ask y'all why y'all got Coach said on the hot seat, man. I thought I mean Coach McNair ain't leave him a lot.
He on the hot
you
seat.
you ain't pay Coach
Why?
said
Somebody tell me
clip yet.
why.
Wait till you play Coach said clip.
Well, let's go ahead and play that now then, so I can figure out what's going on because I feel like I'm missing something. I need somebody to tell me what I'm missing. I need to know what I'm missing. Here we go. Let's see.
We still on the laws of what Jay Hobson and what Coach Mac done, and that's right. And so I want to continue to build on that, but we got to finish. You look at last year, the Texas Southern debacle was really huge, for us. And I didn't do a good enough job as a coordinator to stop them. And kudos to that offense. But to watch them against that last game of the season, and then tears come down they face when they say that score over the PA system, knowing that they let one slip away. And so that's kind of in our mindset, and we just got to finish.
You know,
I'm gonna let y'all handle this one. I'm gonna sit back and let y'all. I'm gonna let y'all handle this one first before I jump in.
Coach, no, he didn't have no quarterback right there, right off the top. He knew that right then. So he was telling you right off the beginning, and he knew that it was gonna take a lot for them to come out from over there. He knew that. You could tell with the energy he had, his team. He knew his team wasn't built to come out of the West. You could just see it, in my opinion.
I I you got anything you want to add, Big Soldier, before I jump in there?
I told y'all about when Coach popped up with that J.C. Penney done visor with the embroidery from J.C. Penney that his season was doomed. Did not nothing to tell y'all that.
You did say that. You did say that. I
he,
give
he
you
he
that.
get the official Alcorn. He went and got it embroidered outside of school and see what happened. We all see what happened, right?
Oh, they
They can run the football,
Yeah.
but they couldn't pass.
Oh, they. Now I will tell you this. Go back and listen to the coaches' press conference after they lost to Southern. Dude was not happy with Xavier Vaughn at all, man. That's the first time I ever really heard a coach like not he didn't rip him, but he said enough that what he said to him was pretty rough. And I will go with that. If they have a bad season, then I think a lot of people gonna be attention on them because if you look at, I will say this though, if you look at Alcorn in the recent years, they ain't won the West. They ain't won the West at all, but they ain't won the division championship since 2019. So they kind of not where they used to be in at. So I do think maybe if they don't look good, then they could have some people looking at them, but I don't know, man. I'm still gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a little bit of a break. But if
They
they
got
have a bad season, then yeah, I agree with that.
they gotta fix it. They gotta just fix the quarterback. All them years you talking about, they ain't really have nobody. You know, they had running backs and stuff, but it wasn't really nobody to throw the ball around the field. Defense been having players here and there. They just got to get a field general over there to handle that
Yeah,
for them.
I
That's
am
what they
interested.
missing.
I am interested in seeing what they do. You know, with that position because they do got a great running back. I mean, which is not unheard of at all. Corn. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Jerome, the last few years they done had really good running backs. So
Mm-hmm.
that's always there. The defense is typically there, but it's gonna be interesting to see if they get back to where they were. I think they took a little step back last season, but it'd be interesting to see. But like you say, it's all gonna hinge on that guy at quarterback. You know, can they open up their offense enough to keep people from just crowding the line because all they could do was run. And if that don't happen, then you know we'll see. Let's see. That leaves us with a couple more coaches before we wrap this up. Um, we'll go with
So,
this one. And
Sam, you going through a lot of changes down there with Cozy. Cozy can't afford to have a bad season with what's going on with the athletic director and all that kind of stuff going
oh
on.
yeah,
Because if
you,
somebody
you,
else new come in there, they, if you ain't winning like volleyball, baseball, and all them other sports, it's a possibility they might show you out of there. They may have somebody they
okay.
want to come in. So that
You,
don't
you you got
necessarily mean that the seat hot, but that's just what's going on down there.
you always gotta look out when you have new faces somewhere because you still you're not necessarily that guy. You're not that guy.
Yeah.
So they gonna get that guy. So you always gotta go above and beyond. But
Yeah.
let's
But
let's go ahead.
once we come out of here with that Soul Bowl championship, he gonna be safe. He ain't gonna have to worry about it.
And when they be like 1-12, they so
So he
boy
ain't
ain't
gonna have to
worried about
worry
it.
about that. Talk to me in December, Cedric.
Day. That's been our motto from day one. But yeah, it's a little bit more expectations. I think the kids will be up to that challenge, and every team has gotten better this year. So we just have to see how we measure up.
It didn't lie because ain't everybody got better. Goddamn well. Ain't nobody but a few folks got better. Did UAP get better? No. Did BCU get any better? No.
He was talking about FAMU and Jackson,
Yeah, I think that's the only one you was talking, and that was it at that
and
particular time.
yeah, he know what was ahead of him on his schedule. You
Now
know,
I do want to throw one thing out though. Sitting in that chair that day, he was the top dog in the media. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
y'all, Bama State was like everybody was like Bama State, and then everybody else.
they
And
picked
I
them to
know
go number one, I think, last year.
yeah, they did. And I know a couple people go go send me a message about talking about the Hornets, but they I mean they had some circumstances that they couldn't avoid. But I want to play a little devil's advocate with y'all before we move forward because this is something I always been thinking about. Um, let's say that they make it through the season. Let's say they make it through the first game with both their quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think they keep playing both quarterbacks through the whole season?
I think he was. If the experiment would have worked and they'd have won, he'd have kept doing it. That's just what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He would have kept doing it. I don't see why you would start that unless that's what you was planning on doing. I I mean, I hate to go back to that, but I don't know why he was trying to fool us. I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
get it.
know. Me neither.
He should have
Me
just.
neither.
I don't know. Maybe he knew that he had to get somebody ready. Maybe body might not have been all the way completely back or whatever, and he was trying to get him into the game early. But I don't know. It just was strange. That whole move was strange.
I know one thing.
No.
Rick
Oh, go
Bobby
ahead.
got his mind right though.
Oh, he got a lot. He got a couple people minds right. So
Rick Bobby got that man right.
he
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 ain't do that junk no more.
he
After
he, he got a
it wasn't no
he got a
keeping
couple.
him.
He got a couple of the minds right. But like Blue say, they won 7 games with a with a 5'4" wide receiver. So they running game really stepped up big last season. I'm gonna put it that way. They really. Now they offense do thrive with them little quarterbacks, and they had what the boy
D
name
D
was.
D D D D.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he never fully lived up to expectations, but he thrived. He was a little dude. They thrived, but it's gonna be interesting to see what they do because this season I don't think the defense gonna be as good as they were. I'm not saying they're gonna be bad. I think they still got really good defense, but I think they're gonna take a little step back. I know my boy JB ain't gonna like that because JB said they running through everybody, but
JB lying
I,
too.
He he I like Coach though. I like Coach Rob. Coach
yeah,
he a good coach to me. He a good
I
coach
like
to
I
me.
like E-Rob, man.
He did a strange move the first game of the season, but after that first series, the first quarter or so, he did some hell of a coaching. From
Yeah,
there,
like I
they
say,
end up where they were.
they've gotten better. I say record wise, they gotten better the last couple of seasons. So we'll see if they continue to grow. I saved this one for last because I love it. This the one I watched. This the one I really watched a couple times because the reality of the situation just makes the comment that much better.
It's Dooley's
Oh
fault.
boy.
No, I'm joking. No, you know what?
All right,
You know,
I gotta run it.
with
Hold
Dooley,
on, I gotta start it over.
You don't watch it so much.
with Dooley, Dooley, you know what?
Come on, man.
Mile plays poorly is Dooley's fault. No, I'm joking. No, you know what? With Dooley, Dooley and I go back from high school. So when I did get the job, I didn't have to offer Dooley the job. I just said, Dooley, meet me in Grambling. So he met me in Grambling. You know how he showed up? He showed up in that two-piece suit on, sharp.
Dapper always.
Yeah, dapper always. And, and he knew the job that we had to do.
I'm sorry, I had to say that one for last because that comment was just perfect. Because
He just
when
he
you know
get
how
it
that
done.
situation, when you know how that situation went, it he probably should have interviewed him. Though he probably shouldn't have told him just to show up. He,
Hmm.
he, he obviously did not do a background check on that man.
Right. He didn't watch his recent tape.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't see
he
that.
didn't
That
watch
what you
that at
get for
all.
hiring your homeboys. That what you get for hiring your homeboy.
Yeah. That didn't work out well for him. They kind of tore that man's season up a little bit, in my opinion.
And told Miles probably up. But I will say this. I to this comment, I think everybody should play 12 games. So I don't have a problem. I think everybody should play 12 games, and I ain't got a problem with a D2 team because everybody got them. And there's been great teams played D2 teams. So I'm not gonna hold that on nobody. I only hold Lincoln and Westgate Christian and Virginia Lynchburg and Bel Air High School. I only hold them against people, man. D2s can come in and handle you. So
Well,
if you get
I,
you
I
play the
think
wrong one.
Fam, you got one on the schedule this year, I believe, and that's good. I think we need a break. We're gonna need a break. We need a. Hopefully, it's a good one for us. But I don't agree with Lincoln, even though we had them fly in at the last minute because of what happened. But
They
Man,
can't keep them in.
come on, Duke, man, come on, don't take shots at my team, man.
shoot, it's their chance. It's the D2 school chance to get pulled up into the big league, kind of like what we do when we go play. The big FCS school, FBS
Yeah,
school.
I just say I will say this though. It got to be the right D2 team, man. Don't play the worst team in the SIAC. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like
don't play Savannah State, man, and give up a
don't play
75-yard
Savannah.
touchdown to their quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Unless it makes some dollars for you. If it's a good rivalry and make
Yeah,
dollars for you, then you
like
need to
like
get that in.
like
Lane
Tuskegee, man.
Kiffin.
I ain't got no
You
problem
might
with
want to
playing
run some of
Tuskegee,
that. Yeah.
Bama State. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but like I said, man, I wanted to. First of all, I wanted to say I don't think there's many shows that could do an hour plus with a bunch of 20 minute clip, 20-second clips other than us because we can stretch everything. So salute to y'all, man, for making this show because these videos, y'all gotta realize these were just 20 15 20 second clips and we made a whole hour. I had a couple other things I wanted to do, but I'm gonna save them for another time. So I salute to the crew up here on the show, man. Y'all held it down, man. This was a good one. This was a good one. But
That was
I definitely,
Jamie idea. That was
Yeah.
Jamie
yeah,
idea.
you put that in the chat, man. Salute.
Yeah.
It's a team effort, man. It's a team effort. We
We
all we
need
all play our part.
we needed it this week because I ain't have nothing.
No, me either. Me either.
Y'all was gonna
I
catch
was
me on
spent.
here doing the gritty. I was gonna be on here doing the gritty.
Cause we gonna do it next year too. We're gonna do this the same thing next year. We're gonna find out
Oh
if these
yeah,
coaches lying.
and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do an energy watch. Any coach with low energy,
We gonna
man.
Yeah, that's
I'm
gonna be
I'm
interesting.
I'm gonna tell all the coaches now, man. Whatever you coffee, Red Bull, Monster, whatever you drink, or whatever you do to get your energy, double it because you're gonna have to have energy. You can't be you definitely can't go on after Coach Jackson with no
No.
with no I'm about to be fired energy. I don't care if
Yeah.
you know your job on the line, man. Come out there and bring some energy. Don't well
They need to
we
say
got
it's Coach Jackson to last.
yes. Hey, I know this name don't I know this name is not popular around here no more, but he need to get the prime treatment. He need to be last on everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah. He
don't
gonna bring
and don't put no boring coach first either though. Because if you put a boring coach first, he gonna kill all the energy of everybody.
I
Mm-mm.
think they need to run but
What's up? This is James
TC
Hill.
can handle the spotlight. He'll be good to
Let,
kick it off with.
let
You know,
TC lead it off.
yeah. He gonna handle the. He'll do a good job, and then after that, you
So
can kind of sprinkle them in. Save
I
save uh Buckley them. I don't know what Buckley gonna bring though, so I don't know. But you got to blend them in, Buckley and Shade in the mix. Cause Shade seemed to have a little fire to him from
yeah,
time to time.
and I'm interested in the new coaches, man, for real. Because you always want to know, you always want to kind of see what they bringing to the table. You're not gonna get no full idea because new coach really majority of them gonna be coach speak
Well, the
all
team
day
take on
long.
that personality, so
Yeah.
that's gonna tell us a lot.
So like I said, I'm interested to see, man. But like I said, if you a coach on the hot seat, bro, just pretend that you got some energy, man. Please don't get up there and we brought in 22 dudes this season, and we working hard. Everybody coming in ahead of time. Everybody coming in on their own. Like, bro, everybody doing that. That ain't that ain't impressing me.
Right.
Tell, I want a coach this is what I want from one of y'all coaches that's gonna be fired. And I think the playbook the coach that lost his playbook. I think he might can pull this off because he got some decent energy. I want you to come in there and say everybody in my division, but y'all don't know this because I'm about to run. I'm about to run through y'all. That's what's up, and then get up and leave because you about to be fired anyway. So just go ahead and go out with a
Just
bang,
go
man.
on
Just
and lay it all out.
lay it all out. Lay it all the way out. and then say, I'm gonna give all y'all my playbook this season, and y'all still
Yeah. Tell y'all what I'm running. And I'm just
and
going to
y'all
out
still gonna
execute
lose.
y'all.
'Cause I'm
And
about to run this thing.
Vince
That's what I'm
Lombardi.
talking about. That's it. Hey, how you used to drive that sweep up there? Got the lane and we run up the.
Yeah.
But man, like I say, for real though, man, I thank y'all for tuning in, man. And this was a good one. And we might have to like Big Soul said, we might have to revisit this again
Mhm.
and do this again. We might have to kind of, you know what? We do it a little bit, but we might have to during the season have a little segment about the coaches teleconference because it get a little spicy in there too. So you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that time Mickey Joseph went off on the referee, but it get a little
Yeah.
spicy sometimes. And of course, we had to have the James Hill watch. So we
James Smoke.
Yeah. This season gonna be interesting.
yeah, it's gonna
Season is
be.
gonna be It's gonna be different. This gonna be different.
Man, and I'm gonna say this because I got a lot of stuff in brewing behind the scenes that some major life changes on the way. But this is gonna be the most interesting swag season for me in a long time. When we get closer toward the end of the month, I'll share some things with y'all folks. But this is gonna be an interesting season for me, man, for real. So I don't know how I'm gonna make it through it, but Swag Smoke will definitely be a big part of it. So um, thank y'all for tuning in, man, and we'll be back next. Yeah, I don't know. We come back next week. Or we come back in 2 weeks. When is media day? It's next week,
Ah,
ain't it?
Next Wednesday. Ain't it
It's next
next Wednesday?
Wednesday. Oh, and then yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back this week.
we'll be back
Well, you know what I'm
Thursday.
saying. Next
Yeah,
Thursday, because
Thursday.
we got to cover that.
Yeah, we
So
got it. Yeah.
I hope y'all enjoyed y'all little week breaks. We back now.
All right.
we back now. Yeah, it's on the 16th. So
Yeah. That's
we gonna
Wednesday.
hey that hey if he wins swag again, I know y'all don't like that dude no more. But if he wins swag, I'm playing that song. So if E-Rod wins swag, I'm playing the Who Is Swag song. So y'all just y'all just but we we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. Like I said, thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. I can't keep my doggo headphone in my ear. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be back next week to recap media day, man. So with that being said, we up out of here. Y'all have a good weekend, and we'll see y'all next week.
All right. Same time, same channel.